We're back.
Welcome to the Tacos with Friends podcast. Two-man show.
We're man down, missing man formation.
Yeah, missing in fucking action.
And don't let us fool you. We don't miss the other man. It's kind of like a vacation. It's nice not having him around.
Right. It's kind of like you're around your wife all the time.
Yeah.
And then you meet up with your buddies, and you're like, "Hey, you know what? Let's go to an amusement park.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Yeah. Let's shoot some baskets.
I'm tired of feeling nagged. I'm tired of the negative energy.
Right. I'm tired of being the witness to a bear stealing picnic baskets.
And you know what? And if you see it in a cartoon, oh, Yogi Bear, he's really cute. Until you see it in real life, Greg, it's not.
Right. Until you see Ivan licking his paws.
Jesus Christ.
And eating fucking honey. It's not as cute as you would think.
And you think we're kidding. Ivan legitimately will get food particles in his beard and just pick him up and just put it right back in his mouth, eating chips, whatever he's doing. So we may make fun of him as a bear, but think like a half bear, half human had sex with a human. He's like 75% human, 25% bear. So it's not like his parents, one was human, one was bear. He comes from a mixed background. So you know what I'm saying? He's not fully bear, but you see what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I see. Ivan, I just want to tell you one thing.
He's like a cave monster. He's like a he's like, I don't know, like in the Lord of the Rings, like he's like Smeagol, but he's like somebody who his whole purpose in life is to mine and to like collect ore.
Ivan, you're a disappointment and you disgust me.
I hate you, Ivan, genuinely.
So much so.
A couple podcasts ago I said, Ivan, we make fun of you with love. I take all of that back.
Ivan, get back very quickly.
Please. Please.
But in Ivan's place, we do have our very first guest. So this means, sir, that you're going to be different than the rest. You'll be number one.
You will always be the first podcast guest.
So you know what they say. They say if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. Sir, you're number one, so you let mellow.
You're always here.
So Jim, could you introduce our guest for me?
This is my good buddy Kyle. And with all the recent news with everything in the anthem, it's a great opportunity to get a perspective from someone who's been in the military, the Army, for about 5 years. So yeah, it's really good. And Kyle, good to have you on, dude.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kyle. I've been in the military for about 5 years. I was in the National Guard. I was an infantryman. So I feel very honored to be on Tacos with Friends, and it's a good experience to have the first guest.
Sir, you make us sound a lot better than
God.
we really are.
Hey, no. We are on iTunes and we are on Google Play. We are semi-famous up-and-coming podcasters.
Yeah, I don't think you all understand how hard it was to get to this right now. So while you're listening to this and it's tickling your ears, just realize how much shit we went through just to get this to you right now. It was not easy.
This is probably going to be like one of like the lower rated podcasts, but it went like we put all the effort into this. Like we put effort that you would think it would be like our best podcast ever, and it better come out like that because this was like 5 hours in the fucking making.
But back on the subject.
Yeah, okay. So now that you can appreciate where we're coming from, let's get back on track.
Right, let's get on track with this. Let's give you what you want. So obviously, this week the only thing I've been hearing and seeing is 4 or 5. He who shall not be named.
Baltimore.
Captain Orange.
Ooh, oh, Captain, I like that one.
All I've seen is this guy with his orange face on the telly, just peering back at me, and
he's scary guy.
Oh yeah, that's like look,
Think
you
of.
come up on an orange person, you're gonna be a little worried.
He's like a cartoon character. Or he's like a comic book character. He's like the villain in like living at the big Trump Tower. He's like the dude at the big top, the big building. He's like at the very top looking down with his fingers crossed. He's a James Bond villain, like a comic book character right out of like a TV play or something like that.
Yeah, so obviously Trump, he disrespected basically all the NFL players. He called them sons of bitches. I'm pretty sure you've heard the story. You know what's going on.
You know where we're at.
And basically
he called out a bunch of ultra competitive like human beings at the core, on top of everything else that's going on. What do you expect?
Told the owners, you need to fire these guys.
Yeah, right.
And,
You need to get them under control.
And and obviously, with all that's going on, and in the world, what's going on in Puerto Rico, what's going on with North
Jesus
Korea,
fuck.
with my man, with my man Kim Jong.
Trumpapocalypse.
Trump is worried about fucking football players.
Football players disrespecting, disrespecting a flag. When the whole thing isn't necessarily about that, it's fucking. There's so much more that's going on right now than this.
And anthem and kneeling thing. This has turned into an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
It is. It has. It really has.
I've always thought that you shouldn't bring politics into sports. It's sports is something you go away from politics. You want to just get away from politics and watch some people competing in this great tournament.
Yeah, it is. It's nice when you don't have to think. What's the president going to say about the game I'm watching right now, or what's the president going to say about something in the tabloids? I don't want my president being the tabloid president. I want him being the president who gets shit done, not get shot on Twitter. But yeah, I mean the anthem, it strikes like a chord with a lot of people, and the whole point of the anthem has completely been lost, from the first day. Or not the anthem, excuse me. The anthem protest, excuse me. The whole point of the anthem protest has been lost from day one.
Clearly, it has been lost. It's become this big thing, especially even with people like the people that took a knee, all the football players. Okay, fine. I don't respect it at all because it's basically became this big fad. It's the thing to do now. It's like wearing skinny jeans. It's like a romper.
It's like showing unity, but for what? Like, do we all know? So are we just showing unity against the president? Is that what it is? Are we just saying, all right, you're gonna call us out? Well, fuck you. Then you're gonna call us out. Then eat our dick. We're gonna fucking kneel on you.
It's like you look at certain players. You got players like Ray Lewis, who Ray Lewis
didn't take one knee. He took
Ray
two
Lewis
knees.
is Uncle Tom #1, and he clearly he's the main one that said, I could never do this. I saw Ray Lewis. He was on both knees.
2 knees.
Now, if you believe what Ray Lewis says, he says he was praying. And what I believe is Ray Lewis, he's a camera whore. He wants
there you
that
go.
shine. Yeah, he wants that attention.
I usually don't take serious, or I don't trust the words of killers, murderers, those type of guys. Okay. So whenever they say things, it's like, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt.
Right, and then you look at a football player you might, like a lot of you might not be familiar with, a guy by the name of LaShawn McCoy.
Ooh, shady.
Who basically said, he doesn't agree with what Cap did, and this guy, he didn't just take a knee. This motherfucker sat back and started stretching.
He was stretching.
He stretched out to the anthem.
That was rough.
If I would look at anything as disrespectful, I would look at stretching.
So let me ask you that. Let me ask you this, because I thought that he was being disrespectful. So he doesn't agree with Colin Kaepernick?
Whoa, so that's the thing. So
because I didn't see, so I just saw the headline, or I just saw the video of him stretching. I didn't know the meaning behind it.
The thing is, Jim, you got players and you got certain people who they'll say, when Kaepernick first came out, they basically said, you know what, I don't agree with what you're doing. I would never do this. You're disrespecting the flag. You're disrespecting our military. Colin Kaepernick came out and said, that's not the purpose.
That's not it.
Right.
There was a point, and I'm trying to draw attention to a certain point. But then those people, what a lot of people do, if it's not affecting them, and especially once you get a little bit of money.
Right.
Like, I've been open and honest in saying it. Once I get some money, I'm switching
I'm
up
done.
on everybody.
I'll see you.
But when you're a football player and you come from the environment that a lot of these guys came from, you can't forget where you came from.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys, they've been harassed
now,
by police officers.
See, but Colin Kaepernick, he comes. I think a lot of the stuff that originally pushed back is because he was he came from an adoptive family. I think his mother gave him up, or something happened with his mother where he was raised in Wisconsin, by white people, and a lot of it was and then there's the pictures of him, posing by his Lamborghini and all that stuff. The optics of that when it first happened was this dude, where were you, all this other time? You were raised by white people. You were raised by this. Why are you talking? And that's what, when he first did it, that was a lot of pushback I saw on Twitter.
And the thing is, to all those people that say that, I say this. Fuck 'em.
Fuck him.
The thing is, I could come out and I could tell you everything that's on my heart. You're not gonna listen to me.
Right.
And what's the people that you listen to, especially in the day and age we are in now, we're in a celebrity age. We're in a celebrity era. So we're going to pay attention to the celebrity.
Right.
And Colin Kaepernick, basically a quarterback.
Well, he's got the celebrity, but also just because you were raised by white people doesn't mean that he's a brown dude. He's gone through life with all, the same, profiling that anybody else would have gone through. But yeah, and also he's that celebrity figure.
Unfortunately, it goes like this. I don't care if you're raised by a white family. I don't care if your mother is white. If you have one drop of black blood in you, you're black. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just how it is.
Exactly.
And he was the one that had the courage to step up, and he stepped out in front of it, and he started it. And right now,
well, he was doing it for like weeks before until anybody even recognized.
Unfortunately for him, it's usually how it goes. The guy that starts it, he's the one that's going to get hit the worst.
Yeah.
So right now, Colin Kaepernick is out here donating money to charities.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
donating thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to charities.
Unemployed.
And right now, he doesn't have a job in the NFL. And the thing is, you don't hear him say anything.
Yeah,
he
he's
hasn't disrespected the NFL
exactly.
in any way.
He's this summer he had in Chicago like that that Know Your Rights campaign, something with like the youth or something along those lines, and he only invited like 2 people from the media, didn't tell anybody about it, nothing like that. He's not out here grandstanding. He's not out here to like promote himself. It seems like it's pretty genuine.
Right. And the thing is, I think a lot of people that obviously they have something to gain in it. They're making this about something more than what it is. They're not talking about the actual issue on what is going on.
Well, I think the national anthem in itself, everybody looks at it a different way, and I think it's one of those things where a lot of people view it as it's a symbol of patriotism, a symbol of towards the military, that type of thing. And in that, for me, it is that way. Like I was raised from a patriotic family, like a military family, and I was always taught when you look at the flag and when you hear this, you need to think about the people who sacrifice themselves for you to be watching this race that you're at, this game that you're at.
And so I'm glad that you brought that up, because on the entire other side of the spectrum, in my home, it didn't mean that much.
Exactly.
It didn't
right.
mean nothing. It was just, this is the national anthem. As a matter of fact, I've probably said the Pledge of Allegiance more than I've ever said the national anthem. I can't even remember even singing it before.
Right.
Now, to me personally, the Black National Anthem, that's my question. Are these people who are mad about this, while you're in your home eating your fucking Funyuns, watching football on a Sunday, which is God's day, all right? So you shouldn't be in church during this point.
Yeah.
But
I usually left church early to get in so I could watch the game.
I hope that you're standing up in your home. I hope you have your hand over your heart while this is going down. And I hope that when I put on the Black National Anthem, you stand up while I salute the
yeah, right. Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
There you go.
But
yeah, it just means something different for everybody. Like Kyle, for you, because for me it means something different to everybody. But part of thinking, okay, if you think about the people who sacrificed everything for this country, part of that is to let them do what they're doing. It's one of those things where it's your preference. Just because you weren't raised as a patriot doesn't mean you have to you treat it like a patriot or all that stuff.
And I also hope that everyone who has a problem with this, and that's basically putting Marshawn Lynch and Colin Kaepernick's jersey on the ground,
man,
walking mats. I hope that you guys are out volunteering and giving money to our veterans who are here that's down on their luck. Because if you're not doing that, you're pretty much full of shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really just devolved into this fucking anti-military. You're disrespecting the country. It became like the same, and the president is playing it so well.
Now,
the same thing like with are you Hillary or are you Trump during the election? You got it seems like every Trump supporter is, hardcore, fuck them. I'm not watching this game. It seems like that type. I don't want to say that Trump supporter, but that stereotypical type of guy is the one who is, going on like the firefighter chief in some town in Pittsburgh, going on Facebook saying Mike Tomlin's just another no good, N-word.
They got the battery in their back from Trump, and
I like that term. I like that term.
They got that battery in their back. But my question is, so like this basically happened around like a year ago that this whole thing kind of started. The ball started rolling with Kaepernick. Now, Kyle, what I want to know is when this kind of started, what were your thoughts on it?
Well, when it first started, I mean, I knew Colin Kaepernick, had a point behind it, and he wasn't disrespecting the military or anything like that, and he made his point clear on what he was doing. So, in a sense, like I knew, I was okay with what he was, standing for and everything like that. But, what it is evolved to now, I really don't, I think it is a disrespectful thing towards the military and everything like that, so.
Is it? So for you, it is something like, because for you, you've had, in the military. So how did everybody, treat it? Because, on bases and stuff, did they play it, that type of thing?
Well, I mean, everybody in the military, there was, some, that are some Trump, there's a lot of Trump supporters for the military and everything like that. And then, they were very, very, very outraged with Colin Kaepernick and what he did, but I'm not going to speak for the military. I don't want to represent anything for the military. But I'm one of the first from my family, my dad wasn't military or anything like that, or, and, I do have a couple cousins in the military, but, I really don't know them too well.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was always taught, that you do have to, respect the anthem, respect the flag, respect everything, because, the soldiers who have fallen for it do have meaning, you can't just forget what they have fallen for, they do, they represented our country and, they fought bravely over there and, and they sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice, their life. So.
See, it is one of those things where it's like the protest has nothing to do with what he just said. Like the protest is not against that.
Exactly.
But the stage that he's doing it on is such a touchy subject where, you have that sentiment where that's like, people are raised like that. Like as a child, like, my uncles would weep, watching the national, just thinking about like from Vietnam. Like I've had family members in World War II, Vietnam, who've seen their buddies die. And when that national anthem is one of those things where they remember that, where they think of their, the friends that they've watched die. So a lot of the older guys
the anthem do mean something, and if you listen to the actual words of the anthem, some soldiers who do have PTSD, could trigger something and they could remember something, and
so
that's why it does mean something.
So that's it is just a weird.
And you say this, and it's actually I'm glad that we've gotten into this.
Cool.
It's kind of turned from a discussion about basically what's going on with 4 or 5 and the NFL to basically just almost how different people are raised.
Right. That's exactly.
Me in my household, like I said, when I was coming up, and I know for a majority of my friends, that the national anthem didn't mean that to us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I can't knock somebody for how you feel about it.
Right.
I might not feel the same way you feel about it, but I can understand it. But the
Freedom
problem
of
that's
speech.
happening is that automatically it's, well, if you don't feel this way about it, get out of the country.
Get out of here.
Leave. Get out.
Yeah, you don't appreciate this. That's not. It should be just like we just had. Like everybody's an individual.
Experience, and, we're all here together.
Right. So instead of
cool, understanding what everybody's coming from and
exactly. Instead of vilifying them right away, why can't we just engage in a conversation? Well, why are you kneeling? Why do you feel this way right now? Instead of, oh, fuck them, man. You got to get them out of here. Why do we have to have this knee-jerk, they're on the wrong team reaction? Why can't we just have a healthy debate? Why can't we just see someone else's point of view and go from there?
In a sense, it's kind of like getting a tattoo. You get a tattoo, you don't get it for just how cool it looks or anything like that. You want to get a tattoo for the meaning behind it and everything like that. And it's, it's cool understanding just the meaning and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot. you just really wish that the real fucking meaning could come out. I do wish that it wasn't such a knee-jerk fucking reaction.
The thing that I've noticed is I've noticed that a lot of people, especially a lot of people that are like against it, the thing that they're saying is they focus on, well, it's disrespectful to this, disrespectful to that.
Yeah.
And fine, maybe some certain players, like I said, I believe that what happened this Sunday, I think that's more disrespectful than what Kaepernick did.
Yeah, because it was the bandwagon. You jumped on the bandwagon.
People, and it's basically like, I know for a fact, Dez Bryant, wide receiver for the Cowboys, basically said, well, we kneeled because of Trump.
Yeah.
So you're kneeling.
Well, he came
just to say fuck you.
Right.
He for a fucking meaning.
Right.
He came out earlier and said that he wasn't gonna, do any kneeling or any protesting because he has a family to feed. He's not trying to lose his job. He's not trying to do anything.
And I was fine with that. Hey, some people just, I understand it. Like, if you don't want to rock the boat, don't rock the boat. But don't try to prove a point.
Right.
Just because somebody
afterwards.
calls you a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm not a son of a bitch. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
Come on.
I'm not a son of a bitch. So
now I'm gonna kneel.
I'm just gonna kneel in front of the
Right,
stage
right,
and
right.
just say fuck
so
you to
that
everybody.
just lets you know that's why I have no respect for, like, and it's not all of them.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, like, I know, Michael Bennett, Martellus Bennett.
Yeah.
I know that those guys, they were in it right from the get-go.
Right.
Dude, those guys are very. I like how articulate they are. They're awesome.
They're very intelligent guys, and they were in it from the get-go. So I believe that in their heart, they're in this for the right reason.
Right.
But
Very
when I
honest
look
and
at
very
people like, your Dez Bryant, your LaShawn McCoys, basically guys who kind of came out, especially fucking coon boy #1 Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Guys like him, it's like, no, you guys, you're in it for that camera flash.
Right. Yeah.
Like Kanye said, the fucking flashing lights, man.
Yeah.
That's what they're in it for.
Yeah.
They're in
Yeah.
it for the flashing lights.
Yeah. Ray Lewis made sure he was right by a camera, right between, right by all the linebackers, where everyone could see him. Why is Ray Lewis there?
And the bad part is Ray Lewis, he wanted the attention so much, he loves the attention so much, is now there's like a petition going around in Baltimore to actually get his statue in front of the stadium taken down.
Oh my God.
So
Okay, well listen,
good job.
I don't want to get into sports, but Ray Lewis is relevant. Maybe this can get him out of, because right now, Brian Urlacher and my guy, Brian Urlacher, my favorite player ever, and Ray Lewis are eligible to go into the Hall of Fame. But a lot of people are saying that it's very unlikely that they're going to put two, middle linebackers in the Hall of Fame the same year. And Ray Lewis was a better linebacker than Urlacher. So maybe this could kind of get him out. Maybe Urlacher could be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Ray Lewis, anything in the world that's bad that can happen, I hope all that.
We wish that on you, Ray
I
Lewis.
wish all of that on you. And
That is the official view of the Tacos with Friends podcast.
You know how fucked up it is when your friend sits back here and has to call you out for being a phony ass motherfucker.
Who called him out?
Shannon Sharp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did
Shannon Sharp.
What did Shannon say?
Shannon basically said,
Who played with him? Let's say
who played with him,
Shannon
who was
Sharp
his friend.
won a Super Bowl with him.
Right. And basically Shannon Sharp came out and said, well, Ray said he would never take it. He would never do this.
No, he didn't take a knee. He was
Of
on
course,
he was
Ray
on his
Lewis
knees praying.
comes out and he says, no, I didn't take a knee. I took 2 knees.
That's-
I was praying. I was talking to God. And I'm pretty sure God, he was in heaven while he was dealing with other
Yeah.
problems.
While God's dealing with ISIS.
Right. So I'm pretty sure God looked over at one of the angels and said, hey, whose man's is this?
Did you bring him? What the fuck?
Right, like who's man? Like I'm over here, I'm listening to people. I'm God's up there. He's enjoying listening to people doing for the dick challenge. You know what I mean? And Ray Lewis is up here doing these fake prayers.
Yeah.
And it's just really bad. I think
It's not a good look on Ray. It's not a good look on Jason Whitlock. It's not a good look on anybody on those type of guys.
That's fucking Uncle Tom #2. Jason
Jesus.
Whitlock. Oh my God.
The human like pile of blubber meat, the human table scraps. The dude is a
Jason
really
Whitlock
weird guy.
is fantasizing about food
Every time.
Like when he's not talking, it goes automatic.
It's like, yeah. Because you can tell. Sometimes they'll cut into him. He'll go, oh yeah, turkey. Oh, never mind. Turkey breast? Yeah, please.
Right. Oh yeah, please. More. But think we kind of touched on that enough. And like I said, the thing is, just one last point. You're gonna see who the real people are this week. The people who are still kneeling, those are the ones who really care about the issue.
Well, and talking about one old guy who has a hard-on for power, 45. Who is really bad with this, a really awful old guy. Can we just transition, please, to another old guy who had a rock star, amazing fucking life, and who died like a fucking champion? And that is Hugh Hefner, the God.
I like that segment.
I try.
Do. You have, I don't know you. I've never met you.
I feel like I know him. I feel like I do.
In the words of the great rapper Tretch, sir, I will mourn you till I join you.
Thank you for everything, Hugh.
Yeah, you
Jesus.
have died at the ripe young age of 91.
91 with getting double toppy.
Probably had a fucking Viagra in his gums when he fucking died.
With a smile on his face.
I have a feeling in the will, like if he knew that it was something that was going to be prolonged at the time of his death, in the will it said that he had to get toppy until the minute he died. So he went out getting it. The double top.
And
now what happens to, or can you just imagine just the funeral, just all the playgirls lined up at the funeral?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Is it an open casket, and how? Because you know how when you go to a funeral, you bend down, kiss the forehead, that type of thing. Or is that a white? Is it a white person thing?
No, it's a black person thing too. I've just never really gotten into it. I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, because I love you. It's the last time I'm gonna see you. Bye, Dad. Kiss you.
First and foremost, man. I'm just saying. I don't care if it's my mother or
the
my
embalming
father. I'm not
fluid.
touching no dead bodies, man.
Oh my God.
I don't want my fingerprints on the body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
I don't want that mistaken, right?
The fear that comes with black people around dead bodies. Because if I touch it, all of a sudden,
now you're there.
Right. All of a sudden, now they're like, oh, whoa. Did you do this?
Did you?
Like, no, sir, it was cancer. But I think when we were doing a little bit of research on Hef, I saw something that actually was very interesting to me. Actually, the most interesting thing is that Hugh Hefner's first wife, her name was Mildred.
But listen, back then, because you gotta think, Hefner was what, 101, 91, something like that. Mildred was like the booming name back then. Like, you heard a girl named Mildred, ooh, she's gotta have a really nice corset on. I'm sure she's got Esther. You know Esther has great birthing hips. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Shout out to Archie Bunker.
Edith just has a great back. She can definitely do laundry.
Yeah, and now from what I'm seeing, Hef married. He married Mildred in 1949.
When did okay?
In 1959.
Good. He went public in 61 with this, I think.
Yeah. So basically, Hef he pulled one of my moves.
There you go.
Hef basically obviously looked up to me. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hef said, once I get some money, I can't be out here being known to fuck bitches named Mildred.
Yeah.
And
I gotta go with that. There's Cinnamon's right there. Heidi's right over there.
And basically, Hef.
Marilyn Monroe was like one of his first.
Oh, now that's the thing. Now, Hef bought a tomb right next to Marilyn Monroe.
Now that was who does that? Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
If Marilyn Monroe was still alive, she would still be banging.
Hef divorced Mildred in 1959, and he got married again in 1989.
Oh wow!
So Hef had a good 30-year
run. The prime of his life.
30-year run of like just basically raw dogging all types of strange.
Jeez, dude. That was back in the days where you raw dog 70s, dude. Oh my God, Hugh Hefner.
Like back then you probably were at a greater chance of getting an STD if you put the condom on.
Yeah.
Like nobody's trying to
2%
rock some
effective
old condoms.
Until the AIDS epidemic hit, and then all of a sudden now he's got to get married and settle down. That's what happened in the 80s.
I think I remember my father showing me like an old condom. The shit looked like a goddamn book of matches. That's not something you want to be putting on your dick.
That was before they had the pre-lubricated.
Right, you're fucking straight dust.
Yeah,
right?
okay. You might as well just put like a latex glove on or something.
Yeah, hey, you know.
Hey, if you got to go there, if you have to.
Now, what I really respect about Hef is, you look at a guy like another strong coxman, as I like to call
A coxman?
A coxman, like Magic Johnson.
Magic
was a coxman. A coxman in L.A. and Magic got hit with AIDS.
And he beat it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Magic,
And he beat it.
Magic beat it. Magic bought that fucking cure. He spent everything on it. But you look at a guy like Hef. Hef never got anything.
Dude, that we know of.
Well, I'm pretty sure Hef got he got a little, he got the clout.
See, listen.
You know?
Magic,
Grabs
now,
here and there, you know.
Magic came out. So Hef is you got to think, stereotypical rich old white guy in power. Magic is just a player. So Magic came out, did a news conference, I have AIDS, blah, blah, blah. Now he's got all the money. He can buy the cures that Hef and all his guys already have.
Think about the scientists
We-
thinking,
dude,
like, I
we-
was the one who cured
Exactly.
Magic.
We talk about how all these old guys, they got the rocket ships ready to blow up. They got everything ready. Hef had a fucking place on that rocket ship. He just died before. They got all the fucking Elysium. I know you've seen the movie Elysium. All right. They got the cure. It's just Magic necessarily wasn't privy to it.
Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard of the conspiracy theory about Magic?
No, but please tell.
All right. Sir.
Please tell. Is he a clone?
No.
Okay.
Learning
Damn.
by-
Okay.
So, from basically what I've heard, now, I'm not sure if this story is exactly how I heard it, but I'm pretty sure this is the basis of it. Basically, Magic doesn't have AIDS.
Really?
He doesn't have it.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah, no, basically what happened was they needed, AIDS was becoming really a big deal back then. So let's say Magic came out with AIDS in like late 91, maybe
Yeah.
92-ish. So obviously this is when AIDS is just rolling around. Fucking
They needed a spokesman.
People are getting sick and shit,
Yeah.
skinny and shit, like kids from fucking third world countries and shit.
You need a role model.
You know,
He beat
with
it.
fucking flies on their eyeballs.
Yeah.
And they're dying.
Dead.
And basically, they needed someone of popularity to come out and say, look, I've got it. I'm going to survive. I'm going to get through it. So,
Hang tough.
who are you going to pick other than the fucking point guard
Exact- of
from
the best team ever.
Los Angeles Lakers?
And that's a very good point. Like, you don't want the picture of AIDS to be the shriveling kid with maggots in his eyes. You want the picture of AIDS to be someone strong and vibrant. That's what you look like when you get AIDS. Look at Magic. You don't look like the, thousands of people on their deathbeds and all that shit.
Exactly. So you don't want that. You want it to be a good, healthy man. And not only did Magic come out with AIDS, like, I think maybe the very next year, Magic was in the fucking Olympics.
Oh,
fucking
what-
on the dream team,
Strong.
dropping dimes to
Yep.
fucking Larry Bird.
Or he just had that Hugh Hefner drug and he just took that all the
Yeah.
time.
Or Magic just was rich as shit and he was able to buy the fucking cure.
And profit, but you gotta think though, that AIDS thing, how many people, no, he probably, I like this conspiracy. Think of all the money that he made as being the spokesman for AIDS.
Exactly.
That's
So
how he got
what
all that
happened
money.
is- now this is just my opinion.
Or, God, we're making strides here. We're making strides. Or he got the cure, and to pay off the cure, he became the spokesman for AIDS, and now he's in cahoots.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Now,
Boom.
what
You're
we're
welcome.
About to do is we're about to go down like this rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole. We're already halfway
What
there.
if- now, we all know Magic lived in L.A., big time player, that was the face of the Lakers. Now,
Hollywood.
I'm not saying,
Where the stars
Hollywood
live.
is, this dark place, but I have heard it's a dark place.
I
What
played
if
I've played
Magic-
Grand Theft Auto. It's
what
basically the
if
same thing.
Magic had like a gambling debt or a drug debt or
Dude,
something.
yeah.
And basically, he needed the money. Now,
Michael had a fucking gambling addiction.
Magic's been shooting up, smacking his arm.
Oh
for
my
years.
God,
He's
dude.
out of his money. So now he doesn't want to come home and tell his wife that, hey, we're gonna have to move out of our home. So what he does, they say, hey, Magic, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is the powers that be. They're saying, hey, Magic, look, I have, AIDS is a big deal. How about you just say you have it? We'll clear your debt, but you have to walk around for the rest of your life saying that you got AIDS.
I like that. Yeah, dude. Or maybe he didn't pay his taxes for a while. Government came up to him.
Oh shit.
That's so common, dude. Man, I don't pay taxes. Do I have to wait? By the way, serious question. Do I have to pay taxes? Because I don't think I have. But no, like that could be a thing. Like Magic, maybe he got that gambling addiction. He's not paying his
government's
taxes.
gonna come looking
Government's
for him.
coming for him. Hey, listen, we know you got that bone in the back of your foot that makes you jump higher. We won't tell anybody about it. But you got to be the spokesman. We'll wipe all your debt. You got to be the spokesman for AIDS.
Or
What do you do?
Or
you're going to jail.
They blackball Magic because shit. What kind of motherfuckers out here dropping dimes like that in fucking Converses?
Dude,
one.
nobody. He's on steroids. He's using enhancement creams.
Right. So basically, we just came to it. Fucking Magic Johnson was on fucking heroin.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Magic.
Now,
Jesus Christ.
And
now he's running the Lakers.
Now, if you all don't believe me on this theory that I have, I want to take you back to another theory that I had. When I said fucking Stevie Wonder could see.
Oh,
you
God.
know who I saw getting down on a fucking knee?
I saw.
Stevie motherfucking Wonder. That motherfucker was on his knee. Stevie Wonder can see.
Stevie Wonder knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one who's like, hey, you need to play the blind guy. You need to be the blind guy.
Right.
You're going to make so much money as the fucking blind guy.
It was like, you know what? Ray Charles, he's more for the older women.
Yeah.
He's more for those, the women that kind of know what they want. We need a guy.
We need an updated one.
We need a guy that's going to get to the little girls that don't have any hair on their coochie. So they said, let's get a blind kid. And they got Stevie Wonder.
Good for you, Stevie Wonder.
Now, I will say this. Now, Stevie Wonder, if you're not blind, which I don't believe you are, sir, you really need to get in touch with your barber because you should not be having your hairline that far back. Like Stevie Wonder.
No, it's part of the cover, man. He doesn't.
He has George Jefferson braids. You know what I mean? Like they don't cover the top of his head anymore.
I would really expect, and I'm sure he has a stylist, but I like to live in the world, or think I live in the world, where Stevie Wonder does his own hair and gets dressed himself. Like, how does he know what he's putting on? He's got to have somebody who dresses him. Stevie, how do you know what color shirt you're wearing? How do you know your pants match your shirt? How do you know this? Because he fucking can see.
You know Stevie Wonder has like almost like 48 kids. Right? Stevie Wonder's fucking, man.
Jesus, he's fucking. Well, how does he know where to put it?
Stevie Wonder is shooting the club up, man. And if you can't see,
so rich,
sir,
he's got an assistant that
Right.
just tells him where to put it. All right, go to the left, go to the right.
sir,
Spit on it. Spit on it.
if I could get Stevie Wonder money,
And I'll say, ooh.
why would I waste my energy, getting on top of somebody and humping? I would have somebody next to me, like, okay, if you want the semen, just, pull it out.
Well,
pull it out.
kind of same subject. I was watching this
Maybe his assistant is blind.
on Netflix. On
That's who
Netflix,
the real blind person is his assistant.
the future of that is on Netflix. Black Mirror. You guys need to check it out if you haven't. But one of the episodes in Black Mirror is like you can relive. It's like Google Glasses. Have you ever heard of those? Okay. Where everything is recorded, and you can, if you're in an argument with your wife, you go back. Nope, that's what you said. And with sex, you can relive, like, you and your wife have the best sex. So in one of the scenes is, they're banging and everything, and like it's really intense. And then the next shot is them, just laying there, just barely going at it. But both of them are just reliving the memory of when it was good. So that is the future of, if you got money, just pop on the porn glasses, jerk yourself off, and you're done.
That's almost like the VR now, man.
The VR.
Virtual reality porn.
It's like, I put my fucking
It's
cell
too
phone
much.
in the goddamn thing. I go to a nice porn hub, porn. And, but the thing is, the problem that you're going to have is you got to get it to the perfect part of the scene. You don't
Right.
want to get it to the part where, they're talking and they're acting. And
Right. Because then it's like it takes you out of it.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, I came into this with rock hard.
Right.
Now, obviously, I want this to be known. My mother will never hear this. You come into it, you come into it rock hard, and then next thing you know, this fucking blonde, she's in here talking about how she's selling real estate and shit.
Oh,
and she
God.
wants to show you the motherfucking bedrooms, and then next thing you know, she's like, oh, I have to use the bathroom. Then she goes to the bathroom, and next thing you know, her fucking top just pops off, and you just so happen to walk in there.
Oh, wow.
And she's bent over, and you know what you do? You just stick your dick in her ass, and now you've got a porno.
There you go, Greg. That's perfect.
It makes me interested, in the new movie that's coming out, the Stephen King movie about the Game Land. I forget what it's called. I'd have to get back to you on.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're doing like they're shooting movies for VR now. So, or for those. So like, it was just at like Sundance last year, but basically what they do is there's just the actors. Everybody leaves, and it's got like that 360 camera that comes down, and it's really intense, really crazy.
So you're saying it's almost like I'm in the movie, right?
It's like you're the you can walk around, you could look, you'll either be the character, but yeah, you're in there. It's not like you're watching it, you're there. And that's really curious because then going back to the porn or going back to anything, not just porn, excuse me. But at what point do we prefer VR over our everyday life? When does it get so real that it's like, I would just rather sit here and be in this perfect world that is created? And then that gets to, are you and I in the VR right now? Is this world that we're in, when we die, do we wake up and just, holy shit, I'm awake. Wow, that was the craziest experience ever.
You know what that sounds like to me, sir? That sounds like Inception. Leo.
Boom. Oh my God, Leo. It always comes back to Leo. Jesus Christ.
Woo.
Leo the God.
If I could get a VR where I'm in Lethal Weapon with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
And I can say, hey, Riggs.
Murta!
Go spit, Riggs. You know, if I could get into something like that, that would be a joy.
It's the future, dude.
That's the future of movies. Is that you go and you get into your favorite movies. Like I can go and I can tell fucking Denzel, Malcolm X, hey Denzel, that dude, he's got a gun. He's coming for you. You know, I don't know if you know this. In Malcolm X, like to just veer off a little bit.
Yeah, sure, no, please.
Malcolm X is a pretty long fucking movie, and I can watch it all the way to the point where fucking Malcolm X dies. So in my world, Malcolm X is still alive.
Okay. Yeah, right. You saved him. I got you.
Malcolm X is still here. You know, he's probably out. You know, planting some trees, picking some apples. Who knows?
Yeah, man. You got to think, because like technology has moved so rapidly in the past decade or so. It started like the technology boom of like the 50s, like when nuclear power happened. And that's where like this, I was talking about the ancient alien theory. One of the theories of this ancient aliens thing is all of a sudden in the 50s, all this, after Roswell and stuff, all this technology boom, everything is happening, computers, microprocessors, everything like that. But now like from the 90s to now, you got to think from like the 50s to the 90s, or the 50s to the 80s. There wasn't, there was some movement there, but from like the 90s, that's 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You will not, anything from the 90s right now is completely unusable. You would not recognize anything. From 5 years ago, any phone that you had from 5 years ago is completely obsolete now. Technology is growing and spreading crazily. By the time you buy a computer or a phone or a device, by the time you get it home, they say it's already obsolete, especially in computers. There's already something better that's out.
Basically, something that it's actually cool that you brought it up. There's actually a law. It's basically called Moore's Law.
Okay. So this is like a government law or like a law of physics type thing?
It's basically the co-founder of Intel, Gordon Moore.
Gotcha.
Basically, he pretty much said that there is a trend that basically every few years technology is just going to keep getting basically more sophisticated.
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly.
And, pretty soon we won't even be able to keep up with it, and we'll be slaves to the robots.
The AI will, and that's what like guys like Elon Musk are warning about, that AI could get so intelligent that they don't need us anymore.
You know what that is, sir?
Terminator.
No, that's iRobot with Will Smith.
Oh my God.
That's iRobot with Will Smith.
Great movie.
The God, Will Smith.
Yep. Will Smith, the God. Respect.
Except for what was that movie with Jaden Smith? I don't fuck with it.
Oh yeah.
Up until he had Jaden Smith, that's where
He got so Jack. That kid is so weird. A good movie that I can't wait for is he plays a cop. Yeah, it's going to be on Netflix. It's a movie.
I saw that movie.
It's not out yet.
It's like some sci-fi.
It's sci-fi. Is it out yet?
No, it's not.
It comes out in like December.
It's kind of like it looks like
It's
some Will Smith shit.
It's like a fantasy setting. So think of like your Skyrim, or think of like World of Warcraft, that type of thing. You got orcs, you got elves. Like think of a fantasy, but instead of set in that setting.
Did you say elves?
Elves.
So Ivan's
dwarves, trolls, that type of thing. But no, there are like those type of creatures, but it's one of those things where humans have always been with them. So now it's like 21st century. He's a cop in LA, and it kind of deals with racism, but speciesism. So instead of black and white issues, it's like, fucking orcs don't like elves type humans and that type of shit.
Okay, so I think we veered off a little bit. Let's get into the chatty patty section of the show, where we're just gonna delve into some quick hits. So
going quick.
Just now, fresh off the motherfucking presses, like you like the show to be.
Boom! Breaking news first.
Westbrook just signed a 5-year,
Jesus
$205
Christ.
million extension with the Oklahoma City.
You can't even win the lottery and get that much money. Okay.
like Westbrook, basically, like that's the type of money where pretty much, like it's almost like this. if Westbrook were to pull a Kevin Hart and cheat on his wife,
Oh man.
Westbrook has enough money to where he can have this second family for his mistress. Because that's what it is. When you get a certain amount of money,
Yeah.
you have a mistress.
You just gotta pay him.
Right, you have a mistress. So
Yep.
like, let's say I cheated.
Right.
I would just have a side bitch.
Now this is hypothetical.
Yeah,
I'm protecting you, Greg. I got your back here, bro.
Sir, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sir.
I don't.
Now let's just say,
Police
let's
who?
say for saying sakes.
Right. Okay. Yes.
If I did have someone on the side, she would just be a side bitch.
Just a side chick.
Now, if I got $205 million, it would be my mistress.
My mistress.
And right now, Russell Westbrook has mistress money.
Yeah, he's got mistress. Now she's got to be your mistress because he's got that money. And you don't want her coming out. You got to keep her happy.
Right. So he's going to take care of her.
Right.
She has like her.
We
own
don't want a
home.
Kevin Hart situation.
She has her own home.
Yep.
And she has.
She probably has her own man.
You know what the item of success is to have in your home?
What's that?
Is if you have a harp.
A harp?
Yeah, if you have a harp.
Really? It used to be like a piano, man, or like Cristal in the fridge, man.
'Cause you know what?
Cribs.
Let me tell you something. In every black home, there's a fucking piano in the living room.
You know what? That's a good point. I've seen a lot of
There's
pianos.
a piano in the fucking living room. When I grew up, living with my grandparents, you know what we had in our fucking living room?
Fucking piano?
We had a piano and couches with fucking plastic.
Dude, that is so elegant. That's real. Hey, now, let me ask you this: can you play the piano?
Sir, look, I could do something.
Really?
I could probably do
Enough to impress your wife?
hey man, hey, I'm not saying that I'm talented.
Okay, right. Okay, I got
I'm saying, hey man,
you. You're good. You got something. Okay.
Yeah, I got something, and to answer your question, no, I can't play the piano.
Okay, I got you. Well, I've been wanting to pick up like an acoustic guitar just to have around and just to play once in a while.
I tried to pick up one of the books for try to teach yourself how to play the piano. It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
I heard the piano
But
is like super fucking hard.
It's cool because like it comes with like little like notes and everything like that you can put on the piano, the tiles and everything, and you can learn how to do it. It's pretty interactive. You know?
Dude, I watched a video of these languages, or I don't know, I forgot what they were called, but guys who speak multiple different languages, and they met randomly and they film themselves, and basically they're talking in every language that they can. So they'll say one sentence in Spanish, then go to like Bulgarian, and then like Cantonese. But
What do you think is a sexy language to learn?
like sexy, like Italian is good, but I like
I've heard French.
French is very
French is very romantic language. That's what I've heard.
I like English girls' accents though. The right one, not the thicker
I'm
ones.
talking about
Yeah.
so
Irish is nice.
So look at this one. Let's just say, for instance, French. French is basically the go-to
Right.
for for being sexy.
Right,
Or
yeah.
let's say a nice or
Like
an
Brazilian or
Antonio
Spanish or
Banderas.
something
Right.
like that. Yeah, right.
So let's say this. Now I'm gonna paint a picture for you.
Please
so
do.
Everybody in listening land, I want you to hear this. So let's say you got a nice white piano, you got on a nice white suit.
Ooh.
And
What color undershirt?
Oh, that
Black.
undershirt.
Salmon?
Be black.
It's gotta be salmon?
black with like a nice white tie or
Yeah,
something
see,
like that.
I like your style, sir.
Jesus.
I like your style. So you go up to your white piano and you start playing something. Preferably, you play something a little sexy. Maybe some Teddy Pendergrass. Or
Ooh,
something.
okay.
You know what I mean?
But you gotta know how to play the piano, man.
Yeah, no,
Or
Maybe
or
some
do you
Frank Sinatra on
or
the
you
piano
got
or something
or you
like
got the
that.
piano.
Really sexy.
You got
If you can sing it right. I don't know.
Okay, so
You got
all
the piano
so
plays
let's say-
itself.
So let's say for whatever floats your boat, Teddy P or some Frank.
There you go.
So let's say then you know what you do while you're playing that. You tell your lady, hey, come over here. How about you do this? Take off that dress. What I want you to do, I want you to just sit here and your bra and panties. And what I want you to do, I want you to get on top of this piano while Sarah. Now, so let me tell you something.
I like your style, Greg.
If your woman was driving, trust me, you'll be able to take one of those fucking UHEF condoms and you can slide right in because that's getting it wet.
Yeah, right.
I hope my mother doesn't.
And just make sure you towel down the piano afterwards because there might be a stain.
Black light to it, you know.
There's a stain.
It's gonna be some stains on it. What you gotta do is though, you can't try to just take her off the piano. What you gotta do right then there, you gotta get on the piano yourself.
Boom.
Go to town.
You got to.
And then know what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna end up getting her pregnant. Then you're gonna be paying child support.
But then you're always gonna remember, I got her pregnant. And when you're done paying that child, or while you're paying that child support, your house is She already moved out. Your house is in disrepair. The only thing left is that fucking old ass piano. Hey kid, I impregnated your mom on that fucking thing.
Right. Hey kid, I impregnated your fucking whore of a mom
Yeah.
on that piano.
Fucking bitch. Who the fuck takes her clothes off and fucks on a piano? I should have fucking known.
Talking about whores.
Oh, please. Can we? Yeah, great. Please. Speaking of whores, can we get to the Kardashian clan by now?
Now.
Or is that where we were going?
Yeah, we're going there because.
Because when I think of whores.
I'm not saying that they're all whores. I'm not, like. Hey,
No, they're whores. They might not be whores for sex, but they are. But whores, they're whores for attention. They're whores for money. They're whores in the most general sense.
I would say this: they're whores in the basically, if you were born in like the 1950s to 1960s, they're whores.
She's a whore.
Yeah, pretty much. In like in 2017, they're pretty much businesswomen.
Yeah, right now. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, no, she's
ladies,
businesswoman.
I'm not knocking what you're doing. I respect you all.
Strong women, man. I love a working woman.
I love a woman that can get her own.
Dude, Jesus Christ. Yeah. If I like to be like in a bear hug once in a while, give me in an arm lock or a fucking triangle choke. There you go, strong.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Get a murder boner, a death boner. Jesus Christ.
Man.
The best thing. I'm sorry. Stephanie, I love you.
The Kardashians. Now, any other time, I would say, I'm happy for, to see a bruh out here basically making come-ups. But, all right.
Who's making the come up?
Something's got to stop here. Okay, look. So, Khloe got pregnant by Tristan Thompson, who is the power forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You know what? Chloe's gotten good looking though. Past couple years.
You know what? I like.
She's my favorite.
I like pre-surgery Khloe. She
Really?
seemed more down to earth.
See, I've always liked Chloe. I like thick
And
Chloe.
I have a theory on this.
Please.
Now we're going back. So, Khloe, when she was like kind of, uglyish, when she was
With Odom.
Lamar Odom. Now, the thing that happened is right then and there, you can tell she was genuine.
Right.
She was cool. She was like one of the girls that you could bring around your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could talk about her, let your boys talk about her. You know what I mean? She looked like the type of woman that could stick her hand in a fucking river and pull out a cat.
Yeah, like if you were to joke and call her a bitch, she'd flick you off and call you a dick, and then you'd still be cool.
Right, exactly. But you know what happened? Kind of once Lamar started getting on the crack a little bit,
Dude.
she started changing up. She started switching up a little bit. She started getting shit done to her. And now, know what she is? She's the type of woman that sits back here, you finger her, and then the next day she acts like she don't know. Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Okay, well, is there like a death pool or some type of overdose pool that we can join with Tristan? Because the Kardashians almost killed Lamar Odom. Can we just the whole clan itself? The whole thing must have driven that guy crazy.
Sir, that's very smart because you know what? I miss the old Kanye.
Really? Yeah. Whatever happened to Kanye?
Yeah, I miss the old Kanye.
God damn. Come on, Kanye.
My homie Molly used to stay 79th and May. One of my best friends from back in the day. What happened to that Kanye?
I don't like the new Kanye. There was a.
He's power hungry, just like everybody else that's trying to do this.
He's
struggle.
the best.
He's trying to be number one.
Kyle, I like that. Right back to power.
Boom! That's what it's called. And 45 and Hugh Hefner doing it right.
And what's the other one? Kylie, right?
There's Kylie or Kendall, or one of the two.
It's Kylie. It's Kylie.
Kylie's the one was with Tyga.
Who's pregnant with Travis Scott.
Travis
Scott's baby.
I know some of his music. Not really up on it.
Now isn't he from Cupid's? Isn't he from? He was in a band that sang Cupid's Chokehold or some shit. I thought.
No.
Different guy.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What is that? Travis McCoy.
Travis McCoy. I'm sorry.
You're thinking about the guy who did the song with Bruno Mars.
Yeah. All right, listen. I'm not up to date on my pop culture, fucking rappers and all that shit.
That's what we bring into the spectrum.
Oh yeah. Oh, and they all look alike to me.
So,
I'm sorry.
I have a question for you. And of course, Kim has a surrogate.
Oh Jesus Christ.
They're expected to have a surrogate in January.
I heard that,
They're like gremlins.
She can't basically her health would be at risk if she had
That is, yeah.
I don't think that's the truth. I think she just doesn't want to have the second one because isn't it like a?
No, this is number 3.
Okay, well, isn't it after like the third one or something like that? Or
Your vagina falls out, right?
The hardest to try to get.
Really?
I don't know about
That's
that.
what I thought, because like after, dude, only so much can come out of there and then it not go back.
Well, I don't know if you guys know about this. All you gotta do is take a little vinegar. All they gotta do is rub it on the cooch and snap that pussy back.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's good to know.
Right back.
I'm gonna try
I
that.
have a question for you guys. All right. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh yeah.
between
Okay.
Kylie,
Cool.
Chloe, and Kim.
Does it have to be in any order? It could be any. Fucking throw darts. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. I would marry Chloe.
Okay.
The one we were talking about.
Yeah.
Who else?
Kylie
and Kim.
and Kim.
I would kill Kim and fuck Kylie. Kim ruined everything. Kim ruined the whole world.
Really?
Dude, you gotta think. And plus, if I wanted to fuck him, I could just go on Pornhub and pull up the fucking sex tape. All right, I don't.
Virtual reality out.
Kyle, fuck, marry, kill.
I'd probably marry Kylie.
You like some young?
All right, sir.
Going young.
I don't know.
What you like.
Fuck
I feel
Kim
like I could hang out with Chloe, man.
and kill Chloe.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
All the hate for Chloe, man.
So now I like this because we're all totally different. Because except for I would marry Chloe, I would fuck Kim, and I would kill Kylie because you know what? If you even put your penis in Kylie, you have to remember. Have you seen the pictures of her before all the work?
Oh yeah,
You know
like a
what I'm saying?
child.
So, like, Travis Scott, he fucked her and he got her pregnant. But you know what happened? He's gonna have this baby, and this baby's gonna come out looking like motherfucking
Yeah.
like motherfucking
Like Bru-
Frankenstein.
Howie Long popped out the pussy, man.
Like Bruce Jenner.
Look like the child that you got up in the attic that you hide away. That the parent go checks on every week.
Not
You okay?
Caitlyn,
Fuck,
but
get
Bruce
away.
Jenner.
See, or you could also make an argument to marry Kim because look what Kanye did with the come up that he's had. Kim is very powerful. That's a power couple marrying her. But for me, I don't necessarily want power. I just want it without her. I don't like. I made my girlfriend stop watching it. Like she used to watch that shit, and then she would like kind of. She would watch it every week, but she would have like the mannerisms of them, and I sat her down. I was like, stop fucking watching that, please. Like you're acting like them now. I don't know who. Are you the police?
No, I'm just saying. I just want to tell it. Hey,
No. Oh, Stephanie.
hey, Stephanie, don't watch this.
Don't watch that shit.
Don't let
She
that stuff-
and
don't let that stuff pollute you.
to her credit, it's been like 2 or 3 years, so she has listened to me. I don't have to put her in the cage anymore. She actually listens.
Hey, Stephanie, this is your friend. Don't do that shit. Stay off that.
Stay off that Kardashian, sweetheart.
All right. So I think we can wrap this up, guys. We did a good show.
Yeah, it was
Ivan.
refreshing not having him, but it's really frustrating having to do the work he does because Ivan's so used to doing the grunt work and okay, Kyle knows this. Kyle was in the military. People in the military, people shit, but someone's got to
Shit rolls downhill.
someone has to shovel that shit.
Right.
I'm not a really good shit shoveler. I don't think you are either.
No.
But Ivan's used to it. He gets shit on all the time. He's used to it, and he's used to having to deal with shit. I don't like that. This 5-hour setup sucked. Ivan, you're slightly more useful than I thought, but it goes by a week-to-week basis, and it can change at any time. But it was extremely refreshing not having to smell his funk or anything like that.
Yeah. I was definitely happy not having to see a picnic basket get stolen.
Jesus Christ. Thank God that everybody enjoyed their time out here.
We're out here. We're in a palatial estate right now.
Gorgeous.
We have a nice breeze blowing on us. Only if you all could see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing fucking women and fucking grass skirts walking around me.
There were a few deer grazing by the creek earlier.
Yeah, so we're doing it big style up here, We have a guest today. Kyle, thanks for coming out.
Illustrious
Thank you.
guest.
Like I said, it was an honor.
Yeah,
An
you're
honor.
number one, sir.
Number one.
You're
Check
number
us
one.
check us out on Google and
And
Google Play and iTunes. That's how you know we're
on Twitter.
we are legit. They don't put unlegit guys on there.
And hopefully you'll be able to check us out on YouTube. And I apologize for the last YouTube video. Ivan must have been on the bath salts back when we were putting that up.
I have a feeling that's a common thing for Ivan, sniffing salt. That might be something that he actually does.
So, everyone. One last thing. Before I go, I do want to do one last homework assignment for everyone.
And I want to say the name of the movie that I remembered.
Okay,
too,
go
so
for it.
Please.
No, so the movie that I was talking about earlier was it's called Ready Player One. It's Steven Spielberg.
You know what, sir? I saw
Yes,
a
yes.
trailer for that.
Yes, and it has like all the the video games from all the different video game platforms and everything all included in it. And there's a whole, if you guys haven't checked out the trailer, watch the trailer. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the trailer. Like it's really good, and it really looks like
So it's like a video game movie. So like it's a movie with you in the video game. Well, I'll check it out. I'll have to check it out.
What it is it has like you have like this virtual reality helmet that you have to put on, and that
really?
On the virtual reality, that's what kind of cued it for me to remember.
That's crazy.
And it's like this virtual reality world that you guys go to, and it's called the Oasis or something like that. And pretty much what it is they put these helmets on and they go do whatever, they go race or they go fight each other in all these different arenas. But they have this main place where everybody meets, and it's called like the Hub or something like that. The Oasis, like the main place. So.
Oh, okay. So I got you. That's pretty cool, man.
So, to end this off, I have another homework assignment for everyone, and with this homework assignment this goes out to all of you assholes that are shooting my brothers down in the motherfucking streets and leaving them in their own blood. So, what I want you all to go do, check out track number 2 on a classic album by the name of Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Go check that out and get back to me.
And everyone else who didn't complete your homework assignment from last week, you will be getting a write-up slip. So
yes, I don't play that shit.
We don't play around. Get on it.
So till next week, you all.
Stay hydrated. Thanks.